There's a whole bunch of white lines on my screen. It's probably telling me something via
We're getting there.
text.
It's coming.
I still haven't figured out where the fuck this fucker's hiding in my damn stupid malware. Which is all that stuff ever is when you're not using it anymore.
We're live. I think we're
Ooh,
live.
Are we? I don't know.
It's trying.
Yeah.
Or maybe live. Okay, I think we're live.
Things, stuff.
Excellent.
Oh, mushroom bags.
Then I need to refresh this so that I can maybe actually see us. And
Ooh, I know what I should do.
we should switch back to the call so we can see ourselves not on a delay.
Mm-hmm. Where in the world is that one? Nope. I have no idea. Why am I the one doing this? No one knows. Oh, look. Did you know we're live?
I was, peripherally aware that we were live.
Zoom would like us to know we are live.
I am trying so hard
Did
to
you?
find this live. Here we go.
You can't find our own live?
Trying to find our own live so I can read the chat. There we go. Hey, Tracy's in chat. Hello, Tracy. Yes,
Hey, Tracy.
We are live on purpose. Despite appearances, we are live on purpose.
Was it like you went to the cabin and I had two good thoughts. And one of those really good thoughts was, wait a minute. We usually post episodes on Wednesday. You're flying on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's a holiday Monday for us here in Canada. I don't want to edit. Hey, Diana. Due to life circumstances, aka you're not in your own office this weekend, want to go live on Monday instead? Diana went, that sounds great. So here we are, post bagels and coffee.
Yeah.
Because there is ritual and
there
tradition.
is a ritual. Yes, it must be followed.
Diana shows up at my door with a bagel order and coffees.
Yes, the weird bagel order.
It's not that weird.
It's a turkey club on chocolate chip. It's weird.
It's dinner and dessert at the same time. I'm being efficient.
Oh, sorry. I'm reading the live on my phone reading the chat on my phone over here. So hello to Tracy and Susanna, Asa, Elisa. Yes. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Susanna, I notice you are live. Yes.
Yes.
Tracy's heading to the airport in an hour and a half.
She's off to Germany.
Oh, fancy.
She's got her fancy trip.
Fancy trip. Have a good trip.
So excited. Guys, when I tell you that the service out of the cabin is not great, I mean the service out of the cabin is not random.
It's mostly fine, but then there's floating dead zones where suddenly you're on 3G again.
Yeah. So Diana doesn't really do any internet stuff while she's out of the cabin?
Not so much, no. We can usually send pictures, videos dodgy.
Video, yeah. And I only text if necessary. So I texted the two thoughts that needed to get out of my head, or they'd be lost forever in the ether. But I didn't. She's not been keeping up on Discord this weekend.
No, I super haven't.
Which
Louise has her New Start Monday later.
Yes.
All the podcast things.
Louise,
today.
I know we haven't voted. We have to go vote for the New Start Monday.
Well, why haven't you done that yet?
Because we're going to do it after we're done this.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Hello, there's a schedule.
Oh, and hello to Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Ashton.
Whew. We have all the people today.
That's a surprising number of people for, hey, surprise, we're going live.
Hey, guess what? We don't feel like editing this week.
Yeah.
Listen, there's lots going on.
Oh, and Liz too. Hello. This is going surprisingly well.
Oh, man. I totally remember what I forgot. Whatever. I'm tracking here.
What do you need?
That tiny Garner tab cast on from the recast on.
Oh, where's
of the
that?
Halloween cowl. That's a very good question.
I would offer to go get it, but you have to tell me where it is.
I want to say in a Halloween bag from Not So Cute.
Scooch.
On the rocking chair.
Rocking chair Halloween bag.
It should be right on the top if it is where I left it. Note. Things are very rarely where I've left them. It is not uncommon for people to come over, show up, and for me to go, have you seen my glasses? And they're supposed to live on my face. So there's that. Hey!
That's a doorway. There.
That's a doorway.
It is a doorway. I found your doorway. Did you know you have one of those?
I do. Several.
I imagine you have more than one.
Several. Okay. So we're gonna do, I don't even know what number this is. We're gonna do a podcast.
It's 340, I'm pretty sure.
Good.
We can finally stop having the 3E series of podcasts.
Oh man. Yup, until we hit the next 100 episode 30s.
Yes. Yeah.
But then it'll only be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be,
This was the really awkward one.
yeah, it'll be 430E.
Yeah.
430.
40. Yeah. All right.
Not for a while yet.
We'll hit what, 350 around Christmas?
Sounds about right.
That's my cat using her scratching post.
Yes, that's a sound I don't hear very often.
Why? I don't know why. She just feels the need to use it right now.
Right now.
Right now. Guys, here we go with an intro. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We are two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
because she's in town for the Canadian long weekend in which we have celebrated the day known as Turkey Day.
Yay, Turkey Day. I'm gonna have so much turkey.
My mom was really kind. So
Okay.
people may know that my dad was in town just at the end of September. He was actually beginning of October. He was helping a cousin of ours replace her roof shingles because they quoted her so much that it was cheaper for her to hire my dad and one of his buddies to drive down, put him up in a hotel room for almost a week, get the bin, get the supplies, have them over, feed them, and send them home, and she still paid less.
Wow.
Yeah.
Contractors be expensive.
Contractors expensive.
Ooh.
So she called and asked, and Dad went, "Oh no, we're gonna come in. That's well and above whatever inflation is." He's like, "Absolutely not." He's like, "If it was just inflation increases, it is what it is, and you deal with it, right?" But nope, no, they were much higher than that. So I was like, "Okay, that's not cool, guys."
Oh, that's expensive.
It's one thing to have to inflate because everything's getting more expensive. It's one thing to gouge. There's a difference. So anyway, my dad came into town, and when he drove down to town, my mom very kindly stuck 2 frozen turkey boobs in his package and said, "Drop them off at your daughter's house." So I got turkey.
Turkey.
My brother-in-law who works at a grocery store said their fresh turkeys came in late.
Oh,
So he's thinking they're gonna go on sale. So if they go on sale, he's gonna snag 2 turkeys for us for Christmas.
nice.
Because him and I both really like turkey. And if he can pick them up on staff discount on sale,
Heck yes.
yes. I was like, absolutely, I will absolutely cook 2 turkeys the day before Christmas. It'll just be 12 hours of turkey cooking.
Your apartment will smell amazing.
My apartment
and
smells
they'd
so
be
good.
Throwing a fit.
She doesn't eat dead birds, so not
Oh,
so
well, she'll be
much.
fine then.
She'll be fine. She doesn't care. She like walks by like, why is it still on? Because I do a low, slow roast because that is,
Well, that's the way to go.
you have to if you want juicy turkey and not dry turkey. So I had some I thawed it and I butterflied them. It's huge. It was like a 2-portion boob, guys. It was big. It was a lot of turkey.
That's a lot of turkey.
I butterflied it and I shallow fried it, and then I put homemade cranberry sauce on top, it's literally just dried cranberries and applesauce, guys. I'm so lazy. That is my homemade cranberry sauce. Dried cranberries and
Wow.
applesauce. Because you're here. So I had that with potatoes yesterday for dinner and peas and my homemade pumpkin pie. Oh, it's so good. Daddy can tell you I make really good pumpkin pie.
Yes, can confirm.
You
I
don't
was
have,
lucky enough to have pumpkin pie shared with me.
I don't share pumpkin pie with many people, so
I'm not
take
used to
it.
cat sound, okay? She just left the cat tree is like it's
right
here.
behind you. Yeah.
And if I stick my hand too close over there, I'm gonna get bit. So hi, I'm gonna move over here.
I carried you around with that one. So I did my turkey day. You did your turkey day
Yes, we had turkey day on Saturday and leftover turkey day on
today.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And today is Monday, and I'm gonna go over to my family
Have more turkey.
and have more turkey. And
Oh, I wonder if your mother-in-law will send home turkey with me. Depends on how much leftover turkey there is.
I suspect there is no leftover turkey.
Oh, good. I'm like, I don't need leftover turkey, but sometimes when I show up
I
after
don't
the
think it
holidays.
survived dinner last night at the
Oh,
lake.
good.
There were a lot of people. There were 10 people at the lake.
No, sometimes she's like, "Oh, there's leftover turkey. I'm sending some home," and I go, "Okay."
She might try to ply you with roast beef though.
That's also fine. I have no problems with this. It's not an issue. I'm one human. There's a lot of things I don't do for myself. Like I'm never making a whole brisket for myself
Oh, sheesh.
because I'd be committing to a lot of brisket. But if I'm feeding a group of people, I'll absolutely do a brisket. I've got the time to do a 14, 16-hour slow cook because brisket is a slow cook. But it's quite tasty.
Alyssa, short visit. Catch you later. Have to go visit dad. Have a good time.
Bye, guys.
I was finishing a midwinter cowl today.
Yeah, that's my cowl.
Oh,
I've done mine. You put it on.
yes, it's a lovely cowl.
We're gonna do photos.
Suzanne was saying, good thing I work for a company that sells and installs floor coverings.
Yeah.
Crestview Floors in Calgary.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so random in the industry. Like some places, they're just doing what they need to do to continue to survive, right? Like
Yeah.
they're just doing only the bare minimum because they don't want to pass on too much because they understand. Some people are taking it and running with it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
wow. Well, I was listening to the radio the other day. Squash is up 63% on
Oh.
cost.
I'm pretty sure an acorn squash like last fall was like $1 something.
It was pretty cheap.
I haven't looked at what it is. I just saw that.
I know potatoes are up double digits this year. So like I know stuff's getting expensive. I know it's getting expensive. And it hurts. It doesn't need to hurt that bad.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There's such a difference. So I don't really have any cool threads. We've started to cool down again here in the province, but the steam heat came on in the apartment building. So my
unless you're going
windows,
outside.
unless I'm going outside, I don't need it. So even with the valves closed, you still give off heat, which is fine. It means I always have fresh air. Like at -20, I can open up the valve, crack the window, and I get that crisp cold air, but I'm not cold.
It is actually quite nice. There's like a breeze through the apartment, so like it's warm, but the breeze is cool, like that warm summer day thing where like
Yes.
you're warm, but there's a cool breeze and it's just perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to have that from now till May.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's a perk. It also means I never technically have to wear any heavy woolen anything unless I go outside. Oh, if I go outside, I absolutely put my knits on.
I came from the outside, so I'm wearing a knit. I'm wearing a
You are.
Stego sweater today.
Yes.
Stego.
So
Oh,
cute.
wait, my hair's in the way. Stego.
So cute.
I wore it for my hike the other day.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of clips of stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things,
Things
some
and stuff.
nature stuff and things. So that's going to go up as a reel.
I do too.
Ideally today.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. I have to scoot out to my parents after this. So
Yes. Things to do.
don't know if I'll have time to edit until later after dinner.
Oh, who knows?
At some point this week.
We've got
Uh,
tea.
We have tea. Yeah. What kind of tea did you make me?
I made you some English breakfast.
Okay. I know you told me. I don't remember.
I'm having some orange peacock and Dinah's having some English breakfast. She is caffeinated because again, the tradition is bagels and coffee, and then we do stuff.
Yes. I also didn't have coffee before I left the lake this morning.
Oh yeah, you would have definitely needed it because you definitely texted me by 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you would have absolutely been up longer than that trying to get the boys in motion.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had a 7:30 a.m. alarm, which I
know.
realize is not that early, but
I know how hard it is to get your brother-in-law in motion.
I'm getting 3 boys out the door.
I didn't realize
I
you
did
had
it.
your eldest nephew too.
I didn't either until last night.
Oh good. So nice when things are
Yeah. No,
Just
it was
tossed
kind
into your
of
head.
spur of the moment, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh well, if you have space, and we did have space. So
So nice that those 3 grown adult men don't have their driver's licenses.
I know it's so good. It's so good.
Note exasperated tone of voice here.
It's all right. The nephew-in-law? I don't know. Nephew.
Nephew.
The nephew.
Yeah, he's just a nephew.
The adult nephew.
Yes.
Was just going, he was literally en route to here. So it's like, yes, absolutely, I can drive you. It's literally 1 block out of my way to drop you off.
Okay, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing. All right. So we have tea, we've had bagels, we've had coffee, we've cut everybody up with Thanksgiving weekend. I have a bazillion more projects than you do.
I have 3.
I
Well,
have-
unless we count multiple triceratops, but I only have 1 to show.
No, because I mean technically I have 3 mushroom bucket bags, but I'm counting them as one thing.
Okay, then I have 3 things.
2, 3, I have 4.
Okay, well, why don't you start then?
Excellent. Let's 5.
So what's chat doing here?
I
Oh,
am
chat
that
says-
reel that says, are you ready to admit as a crocheter that you have to count? That the answer is you can't. I am.
Jude
I
says,
am.
hope you had good Thanksgiving and good turkey days.
We did have good turkey days. I was bored, but I'm bored most family holidays because I don't really do stuff. So.
Ross has got frost.
Woo! Whew. We're supposed to be down to -1 tonight or -4 overnight.
I wouldn't
Almost at frost.
be surprised if there was some frost going on.
So good. In most excellent news, because there's a pair of mittens, and because there is a hat, and because now I have finished a cowl.
My yarn's running away.
Cowl.
Ah,
What are you doing?
getting my yarn off the floor.
Are you having a moment?
Yes. This chair is heighted for you, and I am not
You know
heighted
what?
as you. You are more heighted than I am.
You know what? I spend most of my life sitting in chairs designed for people your size. I do not feel bad.
It's just a little too tall.
I have a finished cowl. A nice tall finished cowl.
I tried it on. It's very cozy.
I like it tall.
It's nice. It's a good cowl.
It needs a wash and a block before I cut the ends, because like the ends are like partially woven in, so like they're woven in, but you need to wash and block before you cut them. So you get the weird stringy end thing going on inside it's not. But that's okay. It means the midwinter set is done.
That's good.
It's dense. I can't see through this. I can usually see through my shawls. Can't see through this at all. Okay.
What is going on here?
So now that this is done, I can get some photos, get it washed, get it blocked. And it means this Friday, I can start releasing the patterns.
Nice.
Which is good because I made some changes to my Ravelry store. I made everything buy 3, get the 4th free.
Nice.
So do that, get this finished, good things published. And then see, look, I got ends. I want to trim them, but they're not washed and blocked yet, so I can't do it. Urgh.
I am 100% gifting these socks, not washed or blocked.
Yeah. So there's the stripe pattern for the cowl. I did have leftovers in every color, including the main blue color. There's
Nice.
not a lot in the main blue color, but it means there is some wiggle room, so you don't have to feel like you're stuck using a very specific type of yarn. So you could use scraps, you can use leftovers. I wrote the gram weight measurements for each of the finished objects and how much was approximately used by gram in for everybody, because everybody's tension's a little bit different, so you'll use slightly different yardage and gram values. So I did that. And that means it's finally out of my head and it is a created real life pattern. Guys, it's done. Which is good because there is an M cow. I'm updating the Endless Summer Adventure show. There's a Cozy Vibes coming out like January, February.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no time.
You got stuff going on?
And I have Christmas presents I have to finish. This is the busy season. So of course I started an MCAL and then messed up Clue 2 real bad and had to restart the MCAL this morning. Because of course I did.
As
All right.
one does.
I have mushroom bucket bags. I have a dice bag. And I have fingerless mittens. And why do I still have more stuff? Okay. So
Yeah,
let's
I don't know.
okay.
Shall I demo your winter set?
Sure. You want to put everything back on your body again?
Yes, I promise not to sweat on it too much.
Whatever. It's fine. It's getting a wash in the block. It's a knit. It will live. Do you want your other bits too?
Yeah.
Got some mittens. Got a hat. With the mittens, I'm gonna do fingerless mitten version. So the exact same numbers, just a slightly different ending. So I'm just about done my ribbing. Yeah, I got a 1/2 inch of ribbing left to go. I'm using 2 colorways. Look, can you tell I was darning things earlier today? I've been darning needles stuck in my.
Ooh.
This is gonna get lost.
Put it in a bucket bag.
It's just gonna get lost. I'm gonna stick it in the bottom of the bowl and hope for the best. I'm using the spike colorway from earlier this year from Erin and Fireweed Fiber Co.'s Club Yarn this year, and I forget what this color is, but this is the other color.
It's pink.
It is.
Ooh,
I had the ball bands, so just in the serving tray out in the living room, so I don't have them on me.
you
so I'm
was
doing
looking
it-
at stars last night.
Yes, you probably could have. So it's gonna be a 2-color version, and I'm gonna make sure the fingerless mitt numbers, well, the fingerless mitt numbers are fine, they're the mitten numbers. There's just a slightly different ending, because obviously you do ribbing at the top instead of a mitten top. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna include the fingerless mittens in with the mitten pattern. Because really, fingerless mittens are just a variation of mittens.
I feel very knitted right now.
Well, I'd hope so. You're wearing a hat, a cowl, and mittens,
And a sweater.
and a sweater.
I'm very knitted.
that weirdly don't clash horribly,
It's
which
not
is just
horrible.
weird.
It's not horrible.
I mean, they clash a bit, but not as bad as I thought they were going to. So good. Oh, they turned out so well. I'm so happy. Right, was like, the hat's a touch snug, is not washed. That makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then at least I have one collection of patterns done and out of my head. Yes. Since I've got 4 more still sitting up in here struggling to get out, it's gonna be a thing for me.
I now, having started doing the pattern design thing, I get it. And they're just like stuck up there rattling around making noise until they get out.
Yes, because they're not always ready. Sometimes they got a rattle in there for a while.
No, and then you gotta do like 3 or 4 10 iterations to get
Yeah,
it right. And
yeah. The volume of samples where I've been like, does this look cute? No, no, it does not. That is no longer necessary in my life.
where would you like
extensive? Oh, wherever. We need to do photos and stuff with those later. So
no, that's gonna fall in my tea. I'm gonna put these over here. I don't need to drop them in my tea.
I suspect it will not enhance your tea any.
No, and I don't think it'll enhance the knit.
No, not at all. So now
Yeah.
I'm down to technically 3 things.
Okay.
Now.
Shall I do something?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about your finished object that you have 1 of 3 of?
I will. Sorry, I'm just catching up
Oh,
on chat.
absolutely.
Jude was saying, or Asa said that we have frost, and Jude was saying, thankfully we don't. But I turned the heating off when we had to wear in the system back in summer, and I have not found the safe place the controller was put in to turn it back on.
Oops.
Oh dear, that's a very secure, safe place.
Dangerous adult words. I'm busy. It's just the excuse we all use. It's in a safe place. We don't know where it is, and we're never going to find it again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. We've got time. We don't have time. We do not have time.
Elisa was saying, I thought Canada would be hard to get around without a driver's license.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm very generous with my driving.
You are a kinder human than I am.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, guess you're walking home from the lake.
Susanna was saying, I had the person over from the company that is going to help me clear out the crap in my house on Sunday.
Oh,
This is
good.
going to be the last full week in October. Nice. People are talking about weather. It's 20 in Calgary.
I know, is that crazy warm? It's in October.
Jude was asking if you found your needle gauge.
No, I'm not.
No, I brought one.
Diana's is here, so I suspect when I'm done sorting all the needles and I give it back and Diana goes home, it'll turn up because I'll no longer need it at that point.
Well, you'll find it in the process of sorting the needles.
Oh,
While you're using my needle gauge, you'll find
my
yours.
God. Do not tempt the universe that way. Okay, I'm gonna sit tonight and use a bunch of small Ziploc bags and put all the needles into different Ziploc bags with pieces of paper with numbers written big enough I can read them. And that's where they'll live until I find my freaking needle gauge.
Okay, I can talk about a thing.
Oh, absolutely, go for it.
I made 3 more little triceratops. 2 of them have been given to children.
They're so damn cute.
The children, upon receiving the triceratopses, made a sound that I didn't know the human body could make. It was a frequency to summon dogs.
Oh God, that's so loud.
It was very loud.
So loud.
Like, parents on the other side of the house were concerned, and I'm like, sorry, my fault. I gave them the triceratops. Anyway, this one's for Jocelyn.
It is.
And got his stubby little tail. And his
So
little
cute.
nose. And
Yeah, he's adorable. To which my immediate response was he needs to go in the silver bowl because if he's anywhere near where Phaedra can get him, he will become a toy.
yes.
Because he's toy sized.
And he should not be a toy because his
He
eyes.
is not
Yeah.
safe for cats to use as a
No.
toy. So he needs to stay up high.
The horns and the eyes especially are likely
Oh,
to
yeah.
come off if a cat plays with it.
Yeah, no.
Sitting with other stuff on a shelf will be just fine.
So he needs to sit up somewhere high. Maybe he should go on my bookcase by my rock salt lamp.
Mm. We'll find a safe place for him.
We'll find a safe place for him.
Anyway, that's one thing that I've worked on. I made 3 more little triceratops this week. The nephew wanted a green one and niece wanted a dark blue one.
Okay.
Oh, and niece has put in her Christmas order.
Of course she has.
She wants sky blue mittens with turquoise fox all curled up, and she wants it out of thick yarn. And she's 8, so I don't know how I'm going to fit the image of a curled up fox on thick yarn mittens.
Worsted. You wouldn't be able to go any thicker than that.
Yeah.
And basically, it would be a cat shape with fox ears.
I think so. I'm going to
And a fox
heavily borrow from an existing pattern.
Yes.
Yeah. So I need to find some sky blue yarn and turquoise yarn that contrast sufficiently.
Oh my god. That's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
I left the Kleenex way over here.
Well, what'd you
I
do
have
that for?
regrets because that's where it lives.
Well, that's foolish.
No, it's not. Most of the time, I'm much closer to it. Made it to the garbage can that time.
All right, that's
it's
one of my
me.
things. Yes, Kat thinks the Triceratops are cute.
The Triceratops are cute.
And yes, Asa, I will make you one. I'm not quite sure how I'm getting it to Asa yet.
I
I mean, I could just mail it.
I was like, it's really small. Just put it in the mail.
Yeah, I was like, is it going to work out that we'll see each other and I can just sneak it into your package? But I don't think it's going to work out. So I think I'll just send it.
I'm gonna tell you what my dad's sending also for me. I got bored.
Uh-huh.
And Sherry posted in Discord a link to a YouTube tutorial for the giant divided dice bags.
Oh, is this like a Laura Bailey giant divided? Yeah.
This is an 8-inch diameter bottom dice bag.
That will hold all the dice.
And in fact, I don't even own this many dice. So I made it. I don't really like the instructions for how they have you do the dividers. I love the instructions for the bag. The instructions for the bag are delightful and easy and wonderful to follow. And if you're stuck at home and bored because you don't do these sorts of holiday things, you too can make a ginormous dice bag. It's 2 strands of worsted double
God, that's huge.
on a 5mm hook.
That's enormous.
And she opens up into this size.
Wow.
But I didn't attach the dividers. Like I made the dividers, we're not even going to be using them because this is a project bag.
That's huge.
I don't have enough dice to fill this bag.
That's ridiculous. That is a bag.
But is that not just
That
the
is
coolest?
That is a bag of dice holding,
It is a bag of dice holding.
if I may.
Absolutely.
Ah.
Am I willing to make another one? Absolutely. But I will absolutely be changing the construction method. So she has you make
Okay.
the bag and then she has you make the divider, and then it's a very awkward sew-in method to connect the divider to the bag. Whereas I would do the base of the bag, make the divider, sew the divider to the bottom of the base of the bag,
Yeah.
and
that
then
sounds
just
easier.
catch a strand of the divider as I'm going around up the wall.
That sounds like it makes sense.
Way more sense. So that's what I would do if I have to make another one. And I may have to make another one because I might get requests for them. But for me, I'm not using the divider. It's just going to be a knitting project bag.
That's a
Because
solid. That's literally a solid,
Solid bag. It's wonderful. And it was super easy to do. Super easy to do. So I was like, absolutely, I would totally make it again. And I may like change up how the top is done just because I'm using it in a different manner, but she just used up almost 2 entire skeins of worsted weight yarn. It's just a beefy bag.
That is very beefy.
It's just a beefy bag. But I think I mean, she's fine for what she is, but if I make her again as a project bag, I would change the top drawstring section. And if I make her again as a dice bag, I would change how I do the insert section. Ingenious, like super simple. There is nothing more than half double crochets and chain stitches and a double crochet round. That's it. They're chains, half double crochets, and a double crochet. That is all you have to know to make this.
Wow.
So it is a beginner level project.
That's great.
And I got bored and made one in a day. So also not a big
Why
project.
not? Yeah.
So now I have a new project bag for what I don't know. I'm sure something will pop up and it'll go in the bag just fine. Or I'll open it up and roll the rim down and hey, look, new yarn bowl. It's stiff, guys. It's 2 strands of worsted on a 5mm hook. She's stiff.
That's
fabric.
With like 3 C's.
Yeah. It was a task to get it done, but I enjoyed it because it didn't require a lot of thinking. So I was literally listening to a history book about Japan. I'm
not?
making this bag the other day. I was like, I'm bored. Sherry posted that video. Ah, there it is. Oh no, that seems really easy. I got scrapyard liner out here somewhere.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's nothing but a mess on the floor behind us because I pulled out
Good. Don't
all
even
of
worry
my
about
stuff going.
It looks good up here. That's the important part.
I have yarn in here somewhere that'll be good for this. I found it.
Also saying I could hand deliver the Triceratops.
You could just jump on an airplane. It'll be fine.
Absolutely. And also for the stuff that you're sending, you could say it on the podcast because I'm not curious at all, says Asa.
Oh, Asa's super curious.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's not happening. Secret keeping. That's what we're doing.
She also says there's this little heart button in the way, which is stupid.
Oh, I don't like it.
No, I don't. I want to get rid of it. You don't have time to do things outside work in MCALs.
I really don't. I really don't. This is the same woman who bought me an MCAL pattern that isn't my MCAL and said, here you go.
Uh-huh. Yes, well.
I don't know if we could trust her. Okay, I've got
at least
mushroom bucket bags and what did Lisa want to know?
Oh, Elisa was saying she wants to sew a dice bag.
You know, I think sewn may be more complicated than the crochet version. Doable, absolutely, but there might be more steps involved just because of the attachment on the walls. Obviously lined.
A basic bag.
But if you're making
for a normal
just
a
regular dice bag, not a divided dice bag, got just as easy one way or the other.
You have a normal amount of dice.
Yes. That's an obscene level of dice.
That's a Laura Bailey amount of dice.
It is, which is, I posted it in the D&D group thread, so I won't be overly shocked if a couple of the guys are like, hey, could you make one of those? To which I'll be like, yeah, I need this much yarn in this color and a contrast color, and if it shows up, I'll make it for you. Friends and family discount. Because some of them do actually own enough dice for that to be the bag they need to have. So I would absolutely. Like Miss L's dad, he absolutely owns enough dice that he could use a divided dice bag that large.
Oh dear.
In which case I'd absolutely make it for him, but I would make him pick the colors he wants and his contrast color, because you have to like what you're using. You have to like what you're using. So I should show you the pattern for her sweater that I'm making for her.
Yes, I would love to see that.
All right, I've got 2 things left, so you're up.
All right. Do we want socks or do we want Halloween MCAL?
Let's do socks. Let's leave everybody in mystery for longer.
Okay. So my dad's birthday was last Tuesday. The socks were not done. I'm seeing my dad for Thanksgiving tonight. The socks are, how many rows have I done here? There's 3. The socks are 3 rows and a bind off from being done. I could have pushed and finished last night, but I wanted something to work on while we record.
Here.
So I left myself with 7 rows and a bind off, and now I have 3 rows and a bind off. So these are done before I leave here today.
Hey, I'm done ribbing.
But these are some vanilla socks for my dad. Basic wedge toe, fish lips, kiss heel out of Jolanne True. Sock set from Fireweed Fiber Co. Use discount code NorthernKnits10 to get 10% off your order at fireweedfiberco.com. I don't know why it amuses me so much to do ads. Like, haha, look at me being a real content creator with sponsorship. We're not sponsored. We just really like her stuff.
One day we'll start getting sponsorships and she won't know what to do.
I really won't. I had to spur the moment do room introductions at DEF CON.
I remember you telling me.
At like a cybersecurity conference. And I'm like, hey, I know how to do this.
Yep.
And yeah, it was great. Who knew that this silly little hobby for 6.5, almost 7 years was actually going to be useful for something.
Works. It's given us a lot of weird skills.
It really has. It's great. Anyway, this yarn, the main color is sort of a steel blue speckled. It's mostly a light steel blue with like a darker gray blue speckle with little bits of gold. And then the contrast color is like a, I don't know, sky blue, cobalt blue. What do you think?
Cobalt blue.
Cobalt blue. And I didn't have enough for the cuff, of course, because these are men's size.
Erin wants to correct me. She needs to be here.
So I got surprisingly 4 rows of a stripe at the top. I thought I was only going to get 2 rows, but I got 4 rows of a stripe at the top.
Nice.
So now I'm going to do it so I have about 12 rows.
Okay.
Of cuff, because that'll be about enough cuff. And then a surprisingly stretchy bind off, and then we're done.
Excellent.
So yeah, these will be done in an hour.
Good.
What is Asa doing? Are you doing MCALs, Diana? Maybe. There might be some MCALs. There might it's one or more MCALs occurring.
When I really, really, really want to bend the rubber arm, it takes me less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. It took so much effort to bend my rubber arm and help me pick yarn out of my scrap
That's
yarn.
less time to pick you yarn than it did for me to pick my yarn. I took a full 4 hours to pick my yarn.
Well, I had a limited number of choices. But you didn't see the hour I spent after that deciding what order they were going to go in.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
It was a very important decision.
I've been making mushroom bucket bags. We've spoken of the mushroom bucket bags. I would like to introduce you to the cuteness of the mushroom bucket bag.
There's a really cute mushroom bucket bag.
We're not super cinched in or anything, and I didn't do the mushroom cap thing because those looked a little weird to me. Though now that I'm looking at it, they might need the caps.
Oh, the little circle
Yeah.
decoration things?
Yeah, they might need those. And they're quick enough to do, so it's fine. So I finished a mushroom bucket bag.
It's really cute. I'm not going to put this one on my head.
So cute, please don't. I got 2 more to finish because there are more doors to attach and ends to tuck in and like you need to do the finishings, right?
Yeah.
So we've got the main body of the bucket baggy part with this giant ass doorknob. It's huge.
It's a very there doorknob.
And a door and a window.
But it's cute.
You can add embroidery, so you get like little flowers and stuff on the side. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that part yet. So do that, attach the cap, and we're done. We're done. But again, there's ends and stuff to weave in, but I made 3.
Also
So
says they need little circles.
they need little circles. They need the circles. I agree. I think they need the mushroom caps. I wasn't sure if they did or not, and I wasn't going to make them if I didn't need them.
That makes sense.
They need them. So I have one. Where did my other 2 go? I crammed them in here.
They're on either side of the microphone.
Oh, that's
Right in front of you.
So I can't see them. And then we have this one. Now their doors are done. The doors and windows are done.
They're just not attached yet.
Yeah, they're just in the buckets. So I know where they are. Because I don't know if you know this, but I have a cat.
Ah.
And this is a toy because it's a window.
Yeah.
And what's even more of a toy than a window? The doorknob.
Oh, that's a very good toy.
So they live in the mushroom bucket bags. So I will have 3 when I'm done. One's for Diana, one's for me, and one's for Asa. So I need to finish my last bag, but they will have doors and windows. I don't know if I'm going to do embroidery on them or not. I haven't decided. I don't know. I'll decide later. They're slightly different. One's fully white, one's fully green, one's white and green. So while we will have the same mushroom bucket bags, we will have slightly different mushroom bucket bags. And I didn't feel like looking for brown yarn, so our doors and windows are gray.
That's fine. It's some gray looking bark. It's fine.
I could have, I did not. And I was having a heck of a time with figuring out how to attach the cap to the top of the bag. And I was pretty sure it was a problem between the chair and the screen. Diana read the instructions and told me what to do, and I was right. It was a problem between the chair and the screen. Everything else.
It's your standard PEDCAC. Problem exists between keyboard and chair.
Absolutely. Everything else was going so smoothly because it was absolutely clear instructions. Worked really good. The assembly instructions, just like my brain floated out my ears.
Oh dear.
So there we go. So close.
Also says, I want the green bottom one.
Okay. So you can pick white or white and green.
Oh dear. Make a decision.
Or just wait and see whatever one I randomly shove in a bag for you.
That sounds good.
Okay, good.
Lisa was saying that my DM has at least twice the amount of dice in the Laura Bailey dice bag. That's so many dice. That's too many dice. You can't even use that many dice.
Too many dice. I'm not against a good healthy dice collection. We got a nice spread, a good variety. At the height of my dice collecting, could fill one of those fancy velvet Crown Royal bags.
That's not nothing.
That's a fair number of dice. I've been paring down over the years because I can't read most of them anymore.
The shiny clickety cracks.
I really like one of the guys that I game with has got metal dice.
Ooh.
They make different sounds. at the different weights,
Mm.
and I could hear the weight variation. And because they're the metal, they have beautiful contrasts. Because you have the metal, then you have a strong contrast for the numbers.
Right.
So I can read them as well. So I've been looking at maybe getting some metal dice.
Kind of want gemstone dice.
They have a serious heft when you roll that d20 though.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's got some gravitas to her.
Mr. Diana has a set of, I think they're bronze.
Yeah, maybe
The D4s in particular are pointy. Like if you step on that, you're gonna have holes in you.
it'll hurt more than a Barbie shoe.
Um,
Or an orc part.
Oh.
Orc arms also very pointy.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay, I've got one thing left, which is the MCAL.
Me too.
Okay, so because boy, we know how to stick to our guns. In the Patreon Discord, if you guys ever wonder what is happening with us when we're not on here, all the Discord all the time. Well, not all the time, because everybody has lives. Everybody has lives. I don't take you guys with me everywhere. I just take you most places. We share pattern links is one of the Discord topic threads, and in there went the Haunted House MCAL. It's a cowl.
It's a shawl-shaped cowl.
It's a shawl-shaped cowl. I've never made a shawl-shaped cowl.
No, I was intrigued.
I love Halloween.
Yeah, well, it was a no-brainer.
It was a no-brainer. I was clearly doing it. Have you seen her Cowl Town? Her, oops, I think it's Cowl Town or Halloween Cowl or anyway. She has another one with like ghosts color work.
Yeah,
I want that one.
I saw that. That was pretty much the selling feature for me. I saw that and I'm like, well, if this is anything like that, I want it.
Gold. So I need to pick up that other pattern too. I'm not so big into like the hat and mittens because like I will make and design hats. I'm not really a hat wearer.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't really hold my interest. So freaking cute pattern. But I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But definitely the shawl-shaped cowls, that's cute. So I had to put mine in a Halloween bag.
Obviously.
And I didn't want to play yarn chicken because my god, I hate yarn chicken. So I made sure I had at least 50 grams of everything. At least.
I put mine in a space bag. That was the Halloweeniest one I had.
That's right.
I don't have a Halloween bag. I had a space bag.
And then I messed up clue 1. Well, no, I messed up the start of clue 2, and because it's in fingering weight yarn, I had to rip back. It's a 13-day cowl MCAL, and I have till the end of the month to finish it. So I'm fine if I finish it like 5 or 6 days late. That's still enough time to wear it. So I literally have a garter tab cast on because I lost all my progress, which annoys me, but not because I love that spider stitch in clue 1.
Spider stitch is so cute.
And it's not hard. Look, those are my colors. And it's not hard.
You should show all our colors.
Oh god. But I have them organized. No, it's fine.
I put mine in labeled bags.
Did you?
Yeah, because I knew they were coming traveling with me. And I'm like, I'm putting these in labeled bags because I'm not going to remember.
Because I've only got enough hands to do 3 at a time. These are my first 3 colors. These are all scraps, leftovers, or full skeins. This one's a full skein I pulled out of stash to make work.
Crafty Chemist is saying she made the stocking stuffer cowl and it turned out super cute.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I want to make those for
so cute. I want to make more stuff. I want to do this one first to make sure that I like it as much as I think I'm gonna like it. But if I like it as much as I think I'm gonna like it, there's gonna be a shawl-shaped cowl.
And they're like surprisingly small too.
They are. And what I love is that if I really like it and I like that shape, I can start doing designs for textures and stuff that I can feel and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that shape. Here's 4, 5, and 6.
Nice.
So I didn't have a really good green, but I did have a really good orange. But I do have some nice contrasts. And my god, that info sheet was so complete.
Yeah, that was so nice. And about the ordering of the colors. Like,
yes, such a well done info sheet, guys. Like
this color to contrast with these other colors, and then these ones don't matter so much. But this one should be light. This one should be dark. This one's meant to be a pop of color.
Not leave you in the dark.
No.
Did not leave you in the dark. Made sure that you had everything you needed to be successful with it, which love so much. Wish I was done clue 2 and on to clue 3 because it's the 9th, the 8th, the 10th. What day is it today?
I think it's the 10th today.
It ends on the 13th. I'm not going to finish on time. I didn't start on time and I had to rip, which does not help me any.
Yeah, I started 2 days late and then I had to do the socks. So I'm only on clue 3.
That's okay.
But we'll talk colors first. So this is my color number 1. It's this lime green, the lime green mini that went with my, this is color 4, the Borg.
Yes.
Colorway that
I'm making a sweater out of.
Yes, you're making a sweater out of it, and I made my yellow and green striped top.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm also using the yellow from that. That's color 5.
Oh, good.
So let's present these in order. Okay, sorry. Color 1 is the acid green.
Yes.
Color 2 is the leftover red winged blackbird. So it's
Yeah.
try to get it without glare. It's black with red speckles.
I have a lot of natural light going on
Microstripes.
in here. You might not be able to do it without glare.
Yeah. Wait, if I pop open this bag. There we go. Color 2. There we go. Black with like reddy orange microstripes.
Okay.
2. Apparently it's the 9th today.
Oh, good. Then we have 4 days to catch up and complete on
There we
time.
go. Color 3 is the red. This is the only color that's not fireweed fiber co. This is the red that's left over from my Wonder Woman shawl.
Oh my god, okay.
So it's just a bright red. Color 4 is the board, so it's yellow and black, and it matches obviously with the acid green color 1
Yeah.
because it was meant to. My color 5, this I believe it's American Goldfinch.
Yellow with black.
It was yellow with little black micro stripes and little pops of orange. And then color 6 is the mini that came with this yellow, which is a charcoal gray, which I have not wound up yet because I haven't needed it yet. But it's just a charcoal gray mini. And this is the point where if you don't want spoilers for the first 3 days, look away now. However, it is the 9th and I'm only on clue 3. So sorry, I've done 1 row of clue 4. So there's absolutely 0 spoilers for clue 4.
I read clues 1 through 3, but I haven't got any further than that.
Okay. You don't want spoilers, look away now. I guess
It's
this is
actually
upside down. There we
easier for me to look in the camera than it is for me to look beside you. My god, that's lime green.
go. It's so green on camera, my god. It's incredibly blown out on camera. So we've got the lime green on top, and then we've got the okay, here we go. We've got the mostly black with orange micro stripes. And then we've got the red, and I'm gonna have to scooch and get real
Yeah,
close to actually show off the texture here. So we've got little spider stitches in the lime green.
They're so
They're
cute.
so cute. I hope they're showing up on camera. They're super cute. Then the next row has little baubles and some pearl bumps to indicate like squares around it. It's supposed to be like an evil eye or something.
Yeah.
So it's got little bauble stitches and pearl bumps and squares. And then
The bobble stitches weren't even that hard.
no, they were
they're just,
mildly
like-
annoying, but they were okay.
But there wasn't enough of them where you're just like, oh god, more bubbles.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Clue
okay.
3 took me a minute because it's got 4 rows of intense cabling.
No, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And it's not showing up. Okay, here, that's okay. It's supposed to look like cauldrons or something. It kind of does. And then I don't remember what clue 4 is supposed to be, but I only got like 1 row of it. So,
That's fine.
but yeah, sorry. There, now you can see it up close.
Yes, I can.
It's this green it's very green. But it's much less painful in person, I swear.
It is much less painful in person, but my god, yeah, like that spider stitch is just so darn cute. I don't even feel bad that I have to redo it.
Yes, it's very blown out on camera. But spider's visible. Okay, good. Doing my best.
Oh, so cute.
So
I know I need
that's-
to pick it back up tonight and do clue 1 and then try to motor through as many clues as possible tomorrow.
So that's gonna look like that. And I'm very excited to work on this tonight because I'm
Good.
finishing the songs.
Yeah,
So this is gonna be very cool. So ideally this is done next week, but I suspect it won't totally be done, but it'll be very close because I'm very excited about this.
I
It's so
need
fun.
to. Well, the work thing I need to get done before you're back in town tomorrow and we're off to game with the boys is I need to be past the thumb gusset on this fingerless mitten so I can be working on the hand, which is really easy to do in pattern.
2, 3, 4,
I just
5,
don't want to
6,
be
6.
working on a thumb gusset and board gaming at the same time.
That's fair.
And I don't really have anything else at a point where I can just
Stuff.
take it with me and it's good for game knitting.
Crinkle stuff.
There's socks. There's always socks.
I'm actually
but
gonna
I
need
don't-
your socks.
I don't have anything that's like super hardcore on the I need to
Uh.
be getting this done list.
Okay. There we go.
All better?
So that's where that's at.
Okay. Well, that's all of the working stuff.
That is the end of Woolly Workings.
It is.
They're slightly front heavy.
That's fine.
Okay. Moving right along. Oh, I'm melting slightly. This is
I
what I get.
closed the window because
I
we
know.
didn't want the gusts.
I
moving
know,
the
'cause it was
blinds.
too loud with the window open.
Yep.
And I decided I was going to wear a sweater. So,
It's
you know,
true.
this is really my fault.
You did.
I chose poorly.
It's okay. I didn't bother to look up a word today, so we'll skip the
Oh.
word today.
Okay.
That'll really throw you for a loop.
Word anchovy just popped in my head.
Then use the word anchovy.
Okay, I'll use the word anchovy.
No complaints, guys. She did it to herself.
I don't know where I got anchovy. Come on. What have I done to myself? How do I even work anchovy into this? Okay. What is this hair doing? I don't even know. This one little piece is just absolutely refusing to cooperate in any meaningful way.
Okay. I'm just gonna knit.
If you would like to financially support these shenanigans for unknown reasons, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, talking about all of the things and the stuff and the yarn. Hair. No, we don't generally talk about hair.
She can't focus if her hair's not behaving, guys.
It's poking me in the face. And sometimes there are pictures of a cat who likes anchovies.
Not bad. Not the way I would have gone, but not bad.
There we go.
Not bad.
One panic sneaking an anchovy.
As always, we super understand budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking, subscribing, commenting here on YouTube, as well as interacting with us on other social media platforms is a great way to show us what you're working on. And as we literally just demonstrated this week, it's not hard to talk us into things.
Yeah, twist my rubber arm.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take long. So, having said all that, we'll get through the business of the stuff and the things and the admin stuff as quickly as possible. We are currently in the middle of the fall equinox. Make with us, craft with us, knit with us, however you wish to end that statement. We are doing a project for us or for someone else that is fall themed. Technically, I did work on mine since I decided the mushroom bucket bags were going to be it. Because the thing I wanted to do wasn't going to work, and I need you to convert a chart on another pattern so I can use it.
Right. Okay, well, send me the chart.
Yes. So in lieu of complications due to vision restrictions, we went mushroom bucket bags.
I think you have thoroughly
I've
completed.
I've done some work on those, so I might be done before Yule, which is good.
I'm doing that dice cowl that I have not touched.
Well,
Because
you
I've
were
been here
traveling.
and I
Yep.
did not bring it with me because it's got dice and stuff. with
Way
it
too
and
much stuff. Yeah.
color work and meh, wasn't happening.
Well, no, absolutely not. So that is currently going on. We have some things working in the background that we've been warning people about so that they can be ready for it. We're going to do a Grinch along this year. So rather than casting on and working on stuff for other people, the 1st of December, Diana and I are going to cast on. English is hard. We're going to cast on a librarian themed cardigan or sweater for ourselves, and we're inviting everybody to come join us. I'm on round 2. It's not useful information for anybody but me. Technically it's round 3, but you know what I mean. So
I really don't know what you mean.
no idea.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on.
So we are using our DK weight yarns. Diana is using the yarn spiced apricot.
Something apricot, cinnamon apricot, something.
It's not my yarn. She got it from Tristan of Dragonhorde Designs.
Yeah,
it's really pretty. And I'm going to get Don't Speak Latin in front of the books from Aaron of Fireweed Fiber Co. And we are both making the librarian cardigan from Skein Deer Knits.
Well, I'm making the pullover.
I'm going to make the cardigan.
You don't have to make that exact one. Just pick something book themed.
Book themed, you're good to go. So we're gonna run that for the month of December. Just because we can. No other reason.
Yeah.
No reason. And
'Cause it's
because
fun.
we'll be doing the hype and the last bit of background stuff for the podcast anniversary MCAL, which this year will start on the 1st of January. The pattern will be released for the info sheet, so you guys can pre-buy it the 1st of December, so you've got time to get everything squared away.
Mhm.
It is a shawl. It is Jocelyn and Diana themed. It's choose your own adventure. Thank heavens I'm done the background research of quizzes. Not that it wasn't fun to find out what Disney princess I was 17 times in a row.
Well, fortunately, our quizzes only have 2 options at the end.
It helps. It helps so much. So fine. It's fine. I survived. That's the important part. And I got a whole bunch of questions that we need to go through in November and early December and pick which ones we like to help pick for each of the sections. So you will be presented with a clue at the start of each section, and it will have a little quiz. Are you a Jocelyn or are you a Diana? With said quiz question. And the answer will tell you if you're going to do Jocelyn's pattern selection or Diana's pattern selection. It is a shawl, it is fingering weight, and while we are not Jocelyn ginormous, we are definitely in large Stephen West, Find Your Fade, Andrew Mallory territory. We are not tiny.
Are we saying how many colors are we using? Or
No, because we're not technically super done yet, so
Okay.
let's wait till we're done.
is big.
It's big. But there's also texture stitches and lace stitches and transition stuff going on because I get bored if I do anything for anything. You ever wonder how pattern rotations happen for me? I do something till I can't stand it anymore, and then I switch to something else.
Oh no, my yarn is barking.
Oh, geez, that's not attractive.
Oh dear.
So that's going on. So we have that working in the background, which is delightful because right now we're at the point where both of us are finishing up our shawls. So like there's not a lot of talk going on between the two of us. So it's gonna be a surprise.
Little surprise.
I have to decide if I want to participate in the MCAL and take the quiz. And sometimes I'll be a Jocelyn and sometimes I'll be a Diana. Or do I participate in the MCAL and make a Diana version? You see my question.
Suspect I will be very sick of designing it and not want to knit it ever again come January.
I am very accustomed to doing things 2 or 3 times, so it doesn't bother me. The 3rd time I start to go,
It's just because it's so big. I'm not going to want to make very many.
so big. No, I don't want to make a bunch of them. And it's going to be a big one. But again, these are your warnings. We are not Jocelyn Rebel MCAL big, which is massive. It is a blanket scarf. It is huge. The Rebel MCAL is huge. It's meant to be huge. It's meant to be a blanket scarf. That's what I wanted. That's what I created. This is definitely a Find Your Fade large Stephen West size. So we're talking 5 or 6 colors. Beeps. We're talking 5 or 6 colors of fingering weight yarn. Obviously all the info and the color choices that we made, and thank heavens that we are friends with a indie yarn dyer. She made us fade sets. So we will also release the fade set colors and names. I think we went with Artemis for you.
Yep. Mine's actually already available for purchase.
Yours is available for purchase. I have no idea what she's decided to name mine yet. I haven't asked. She's been busy. So those are going on. Do we have anything else news-wise? I don't think so. We got your usual second last Saturday of the month is the Patreon e-knit-ins. Well, Patreon members who are $5 or more a month get to join us in a private Zoom call where we literally chill for 3 or 4 hours, knit, eat snacks.
Yep.
I'll yell at chihuahuas who bark and tell them to stop. I love those dogs. They're so cute.
They're adorable.
So cute. Watch things come and go, and inevitably help Diana or somebody else pick a project to work on.
Yep.
There's always some semblance of that going on. Last Saturday of the month will be our whip spreads. That's just free and live on YouTube. We're here from about noon for about 2.5, 3 hours sometimes. And we do 25-minute project sprints.
Yep.
One of these days I am going to set up that stupid thing you sent me where you can put it in the thing and it spins the wheel and it tells you what you're working on. I will do that one day.
I also want to do that. Maybe I'll do that for the next one.
Be really good.
I just had deadlines.
You always have deadlines, my dear.
I know.
So that's gone on. Gaming on here on YouTube is always random. I just did a live with Louise. We both failed to do stockings.
Did either of you even start?
Well, I mean, Louise made a couple mini stockings.
Well, that's something.
So she's doing it again this month. She's determined. She has like an extra large stocking. Like this thing's like this wide.
Oh, why?
It's huge to hold her young. So
That makes sense.
so she's decided she wants to finish that one, and she wants to finish at least one regular sized one and several mini ones. And I said, absolutely, go for it. I mean, she's finished the leg of the giant one. All that's left is the heel and the foot.
Oh, okay.
And the foots of stockings are not very long.
No.
So like none of this is inconceivable. I cast it on, hated my gauge swatch for myself, loved the stocking pattern, and then found a Halloween stocking pattern. One of the Patreon members posted, I think it might have been Jen.
Halloween stocking. Well, that sounds just your thing.
I need to do the Halloween stocking, but I couldn't afford to buy the pattern last month. So I got held up by patterns and then losing my needle gauge size because I couldn't even gauge swatch to at least be done that part. Nope.
This needle looks like it might be large enough.
That's not gonna work. So yes, I have a ball of white and a ball of orange just sitting over there, staring me down for my Halloween Christmas stockings. I just need to be able to afford the pattern and sort my needles. Still can't afford the pattern, but I can sort my needles. So at least I can be one step closer. It's all done in gaps and starts and fits in here, people. So I decided, because I have deadline knitting, I got Christmas presents to do. This month I'm secretly crocheting a dragon stuffy for my niece.
Ooh.
So everyone got to vote.
I'm very excited about this dragon stuffy. Are you
My
making
part?
out the pattern, or are you?
Oh no, I have a pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a pattern for it. So everybody doesn't vote for my sister's mittens and hat. I don't know. My sibling's preference for skulls is just coming to kick her in the teeth. So I've got that going on, and I think that's it for us. I have mid-month motivation, literally not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after. But I think that's it. News-wise, I think that's all we got.
I think so.
Sweet.
I'll be back home on Wednesday and we'll be
We'll
back
be.
to our regularly scheduled programming.
We will. This is just easier when you travel. It's just easier to do it live. Let's not complicate stuff if we don't have to.
Also, I have one row and a bind off left. So everybody appreciate the socks. You're not going to see them again. They're getting gifted tonight. Tonight in a few hours. They are going to their forever home. So
good.
This is the last time you're seeing these socks until they get worn out and I need to repair
them. Yeah.
Which honestly will be a great day.
Oh, I love receiving things to repair them because they've been worn out. All right. If we're all caught up on chat, then I think we're done.
Let me just catch up a second.
I gotta finish my third repeat.
Oh, Susanna was saying she likes anchovies.
I was surprised it didn't go where we discussed whether or not anchovies belong on pizzas.
Hadn't occurred to me.
We have done debates as such for things.
Susanna, in fact, was saying, I'm sure that I hopefully will have an anchovy pizza soon.
Yeah, they're like it or not.
I was trying to work in something about the cat treats I brought one time and she left little fish heads all over your floor.
God, fish heads all over my floor.
Also says it's fun to twist our arms.
It really is. I think you guys bring a great sense of delight in on this.
And also doing the midwinter collection.
She is, yeah.
And Susanna was asking, what pattern and needles do you need?
For the midwinter?
For the Halloween stockings. The pattern you didn't have that you needed to make the thing that we were just talking about.
I will have the needles because the 6mm were too big, so I probably need a 5mm to get a nice tight gauge. Oh man, Susanna, I will drop a revised pattern link in the Discord so you guys can see what those stockings look like, the Christmas stockings. It's Halloween themed. The best way to describe it is a stocking with Halloween color charts on it, but I have the needles for it. I just need to do it because I tried on a 6mm and it was too loose, and while it would have made a lovely loose stocking, like I want the stockings to be functional. So I know I need to go down to like a 5, which then gets tricky because I can't tell the difference between a 4 and a 5. I can tell the difference between a 4 and a 6. I can't tell the difference between a 5 and a 6 or 4 to 5. Does that make sense? They're too close for me to be able to visually feel the difference, for me to feel the difference or visually see that one's larger than the other.
Right.
Because it's not like you're holding up a 2.75 next to a 13mm and going, hey, these are different sizes. Like,
yeah,
some of them are easier than others. So
yeah. That's fair.
Now I'm going to say the number 4, which also doesn't mean anything to you, but it means something to me.
Okay.
That's the important part.
And Gigi's saying, but dragons. But dragons. I agree.
I don't know
But
where my
dragons.
niece is going to stick this dragon. Her bedroom is full of dragons. She has no shelf space for another
She'll
stuffed
find
dragon,
space.
but she wants one. I have this beautiful acrylic green to antique gold coin gold.
Ooh.
And it goes into like the emerald green range, and it varies between the two. And I got 2 balls of it, which is more than enough to crochet her a stuffy dragon. And heavens knows I've got fabric stuffy stuff in here.
Hmm.
And I'll sew a little bag up at the bottom of his belly and put beads in it. So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got some weight, so he stands upright.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to do this for her. It's actually from my Fantasy Crochet Creatures book
Ooh.
that I have. So it'll be a pain in the butt to read from because I'll have to take a picture of the page, blow up the picture.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a pain in the butt that way, but it's going to be a very cute stuffed dragon.
Very excited for this.
It's going to be a very cute stuffed dragon. I still need to do some stuff. So I'm working on a kid cardigan, like a toddler. She wears a 4T and she's 3. So I'm going to make her a 6.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, so I'm making her a size 6. I decided to go with a pattern that's got a little bit of color work on it. So it's going to be a red body with a white stripe white stripe yoke and gray color work, which I think will be very cute.
That's going to be
Or
very
blue,
cute.
or blue color work, whatever I end up needing to use because yardage is a thing.
Yep.
So I'll make that decision then. I set aside the yarn for the nephews, for the niece's boyfriend's scarf. I just need to pull the yarn for dad hat and brother-in-law hat.
I need to plan out all my Christmas presents.
Well, I told mom I was going to do her last because mom doesn't care what color she gets. And then that way I can just take a look at what I have left and go, okay,
You're getting this.
these colors work well together. But right now I literally have, so Susanna sent me this really cute Halloween bag. Remember the candy corn bag?
Yeah.
It's just full of yarn
Uh-huh.
from my stash
Uh-huh.
for gift knits.
Okay.
It's packed. So I don't even have anywhere to stick mom's yarn right now. So I'm like, okay, that's gonna wait. But if I get, and I have to be done the cardigan at the end of the month, and I have to be done the dragon at the end of the month, and ideally I'm done my sister's mittens and hat at the end of the month too.
Okay.
So like I have to be done 3 of these gifts before November, because November is the last month to work on things, and scarves for 6'3" teenage boys are going to take me a while.
Yeah.
Because he's tall.
Yeah.
He needs a tall scarf.
Does it need to be like from his shoulders to the floor and back again?
Oh, absolutely. This is
Okay.
Manitoba. He needs to be able to wrap his whole head up in this thing.
Yeah.
If you cannot turn yourself into a mummy in this province, it is not the right scarf.
If you're not a burrito, you're not dressed well enough.
You're not dressed well enough for this province. But I did find 2 50-gram balls in a color that I really like. That's mostly acrylic and a little bit of wool. So we can start transitioning him into wool things to be at the bottom part. And then I'm going to hold it's worsted, so I'm going to hold that and a solid worsted color, and then I'm going to switch to a different worsted color for the body of the scarf, and then do the same with the other 50-gram ball at the end. So he's going to have 2 color blocks at the bottom of his scarf, and then it'll be a marled for the rest of it, so that I can literally just do like a fisherman's rib or like a 2x2 rib or like a 3x1. Like I can just do something that I can just pick up and put down constantly.
Yeah.
Like even a 1x1 rib on a bulky weight.
Yeah.
That'd be super squishy and look really good. And so long as I make that nice and dense, like a nice good tight
Even if you
weave.
just do it like garter stitch.
Oh yeah, just make a nice tight weave and it'll be
Literally
beautiful.
anything you want.
Anything I want. So I'm gonna do that, but I need to decide how wide I want it. And whether I want to do that bottom block of color a solid color, if I want to do it up, and then when I get to like the last 20 grams, do like 2 of the new color, 2 of the old color, 2 of the new color.
And like stripe it
And stripe it out, right? But that's a decision I can make later. I'm also going to do those on my straight knitting needles because I have those. They're my great grandmother's straight knitting needles, but that's not the point. The point is they're straight knitting needles.
I don't think I've used straight knitting needles in a very long time.
I usually tend to use circular, but I've got straight needles, and really a scarf. A scarf is where you should be using straight knitting needles. And I keep them because I want to do vintage patterns, and vintage patterns are done in pieces, and they were done on straight knitting needles.
Yeah.
So I would want to do them on straight knitting needles.
Oh, that makes sense.
So there are reasons why I keep them.
Most of the stuff I do is either exceptionally wide or round.
Yeah, whereas I don't always do that. So I have serious deadlines, but I'm also going to literally spend the rest of today once I get this fingerless mitten where I need it to be, um working at an MCAL because I want to get it done. I want to wear it.
I know,
I
right?
want to wear it.
That's my treat for getting these socks
I
done.
know, I wanna wear it. So
Elisa was asking, have you seen that Futurama episode? There's a Futurama episode with anchovies, apparently.
sure.
I don't watch Futurama, so I don't
never
know.
watched Futurama.
Okay. So no, we haven't seen that episode.
All I know about Futurama are the memes from Futurama because somebody stops and explains them to me. It's not my kind of humor.
Yeah, same.
So I don't watch it.
I have watched a few episodes and I'm just like,
Well, same with people like,
Right.
you ever, what was that one with those silly kids? They had round heads and short bodies.
that you just described like 90% of cartoons.
Yeah, except it's an adult cartoon. Because Kenny always dies.
Oh, that
South
one.
Park.
South Park.
Never watched that either.
Yeah, that's also.
And I was in
sad.
high school when that started becoming big. So like I'm the right age for it. It's still not my kind of humor.
Yeah, not my vibe.
It's not a thing I enjoy, so I don't watch it. Then or now. But I'm not shocked because Futurama did a lot of really weird episodes. Did I say 4? I did say 4.
I believe you did.
It's important.
Rasta says, I have 600 stitches in the bind off left.
Woohoo!
That's close, I guess. 600 is a
Yes.
big number.
Look at that color.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Those are the right colors to put together.
Yes.
All right. I need to start a thumb gusset. We're done with podcasting and we need to go do internet social media things.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Now one of us has to hit the button to turn this off.
I can't see what I'm doing.
But you're closer to the thing with the buttons.
That doesn't mean a thing. Oh, I don't even know how to get us out of
bottom right is end. I believe